Hey everyone, it's Miss Lexi. I'm going to be talking about measurements and different tools that we use to measure today. So the first tool that we're going to look at is a ruler. Okay, you probably use these in school, and if you see, this side of my ruler shows inches, and sometimes we also talk about the other side of the ruler that shows centimeters. Today we're just going to focus on inches. So if we see this ruler, it goes up to 12 inches. That's 1 foot. Okay? So when we're measuring something with a ruler or any other of our tools, we always start with whatever we're measuring lined up with the end, where it would be 0. So on the end that's closest to the 1 here, that end piece here where this first little caterpillar is, that shows 1 inch. Okay? So this is our end. We line up whatever we're measuring from here, and we see how far does it go. All right, another tool that we may use is a yardstick, okay? And a yardstick, again, is similar to our ruler where it can be used for inches. And if we look at our yardstick, it is actually 3 of our rulers put together, okay? So it goes up to 36 inches, okay? So that's our yardstick. It's 3 feet. One ruler is 1 foot. With 3 of these makes our 1 yardstick, which is 36 inches. And the other tool that we're going to talk about is a tape measure. You might have one of these at home as well. And a tape measure, you pull it out, and on it, it has the inches marked. Once you get up to 1 foot, it also tells you our foot or our feet marks. And at 24 inches, you can see that it's 2 feet. And at 36 inches, it's 3 feet. And that would be our yardstick. So we can also use a tape measure to measure the length of a yardstick as well. So what we're going to do is look at a few different things of how to measure with a ruler. So the first thing I'm going to measure is my pencil. I'm going to take my pencil, and remember we always start at 0 on the end, and I'm going to line my pencil up with the end. So I have it right at the end here, and I'm going to see how far does it go. Well, at the end of my eraser is right on the 6. That means that my pencil is 6 inches long. Okay? Something else we can measure is maybe an Easter egg. All right? We're going to take our ruler, take my 0 side, the side that's closest to 1, and I'm going to line it up with the very top of my Easter egg. And then I'm going to measure all the way down. And at the bottom, you can see that it is right on the 9. That means that this egg is 9 inches tall. We can also measure the width. And if I take my ruler and line it up and find the biggest part of my egg, put it on the end, and go straight across, it's not exactly on the 7, but it's really close. So we're going to say that the width at the biggest part of my egg is 7 inches wide. Okay, so this egg is 9 inches tall and 7 inches wide. We could have also measured this smaller part of our egg, where we line our ruler up with the end, and then we measure across. And if you see here, from the top of the egg, it's about 3 inches. It's a little bit more, but we were going to round it to about 3 inches. Okay? So if you have a ruler or a yardstick or a tape measure, remember we always start with whatever we're measuring lined up with the end. Okay? So if we use our tape measure and we line it up with the end, you can see that it still shows 6 inches. Okay? So it doesn't matter if we use our tape measure, if we use our yardstick, or if we just use a ruler. We can still measure something that's about as big as your pencil or a pen. So remember, this is our ruler. It shows inches. And you can see that it starts at 0 and goes all the way up to 12 inches, which is 1 foot. Okay? A yardstick, again, is 3 rulers put together, and that equals 36 inches. And then our tape measure has inches and feet marked. And in this case, this tape measure says that it is 12 feet long. So if I was to pull this all out, it would be 12 feet. So depending on how big something is that you're measuring, you may want to use one of our different tools. So if I had something like my pencil or something smaller than a piece of paper or on a piece of paper, we're going to probably just use our ruler. If it's something bigger, maybe you want to measure how big a notebook is. It's a big notebook or a big book. You may want to use your yardstick or your tape measure, okay? And if it's something really big, like we want to know how tall the door is or a doorway, we're going to probably use our tape measure because that's going to be a little bit hard to have a bunch of rulers lined up or a bunch of yardsticks lined up. So just think about how big something is. If it's about a foot, which is about this big, then we're probably going to use our ruler. So think about if it's about the size of a piece of paper or the size of a book, it's probably going to be less than a foot, and we're going to use our ruler. If it's something bigger, we're either going to use our yardstick or our tape measure, okay? So I just wanted to go over those to help you a little bit while you're doing your work at home. I hope this helps, and check out some of the other videos that I have posted as well to help you. See you guys.